Beaucoup de wale na table. Some other petek bemu den de back way happen. We see a video they go around for LAG. I don't know what's wrong with this young man. Always on social media for the wrong reason. Somebody they claim say they in thief of diamond, money, and other things them. Say na LAGs then na they in dogs then na they attack them. Na the parking lot na Swiss Hotel. What thing they happen with the young man there? Just the other day, we see for fufu. We see for fufu. We see what thing happen. What thing they happen with that young man in the country? I don't know if they call that man for go eat fufu and again. If he go. But anyway, LGD behind bars for alleged robbery. I don't know this young man. Go there, Pam. I wish say we will really wake up. But anyway, a lot has been said. Now begin come with we panelists them. Let we hear waiting na den summaries them for today. Welcome on board, friend. You get the platform, sir. Your summary for today.
Thank you very much, Triple, for giving the platform. And thanks a lot for all the time we don't spend for giving all this. A great effort. God will reward you for all this. And thanks to all the listeners and viewers. Then I'm looking at the trend of things that now will only happen in our country, continent, and global. The issues that we don't discuss quite a lot. You get the area where you could talk about this artificial intelligence in terms of digital transformation. When they talk about the quantum computer business, then people already go on social media. When they ask a question, I say, we, the mortal man, that we be actually prepared, or are we really rising up towards the digital world, or it actually affects we in some way where we not cooperate with them? And then again, you go look at the area where I want to say about legacies, them where politics don't bring about, where you get types of legacies, them where you get a hard legacy where people are don't left, and the legacy what a government stand for or what politicians stand for, and then how some of these legacies and they change them from hard legacies and they try to make a soft legacy. Sometimes they see how they work, and sometimes they see how they work. They talk about political decisions and how them political decisions they can be either government, they affect them in terms of political decision, because the politics is just an element of the government. And the government is constituted of all parliamentarians and all parties, they also multi-party day of different sectors. So you go see sometimes how them things there, you go see how they go march towards development. How then think they have people and therefore bring them together and would I induce the for do them. But if we first of all look into the area outside in terms of legacies, them how people and don't they put legacies them where then they say that they inherit and that kind of politics where they don't inherit when a heritage you see now take how that one day it be like a form of a race. And in this race, most of the time there are lots of concern where people can get for see what thing they motivate the politicians then. Is it during this time now when the race they go on, the legacies they already try to put up, are they becoming derailed or then they become distracted? So those are the areas who are concerned, because when you look at Salon now, you go see say some of the legacies then will be there. They get a political legacy, say like a legacy say we get a person for performing duty in a parliament. And at this area when a department, the parliament are so if for make. If you relate now to the one who they say somebody who a director general of parliament, you go try for say this like kind of a soft legacy would then bring inside for try for say then go try for change something But when you look at it now, you look at these factors, we'll say, well, it might be some people who can get impact because of the person, you get a knowledge wherein he knows something about NGO work, you know about this. But you go question backward when you go talk, say, we don't discuss, people don't they talk about NGOs, how effective some of the NGOs, the way they come and fund them, how impact, they don't impact during that period when he do all the okay, I know they say that him are the blame, but what impact you will see where NGOs they don't bring it out, other areas them where they don't bring it out. So you go question, say, well, you go look at it, the person in work day, what if you don't do, and then you go relate and looking at the outcome, what's the steps, or what's good thing what you don't do towards that. If actually if you don't know in work or something in restrict them, so you go see say, well, how you go able to transform that knowledge for can inside, for can do that where everybody be they need. Then you go begin the question, see, why if they need somebody for observe and accelerate that motivation they will be able to push for any politician and will do. So you go see that the diversion to get for granted where then they talk about modern style politics, where the legacy they begin match with modern style politics for say make we go with this way. So you go find out say sometimes there is a need wherein politicians they just for look say, well, how we go make decisions then for them will transform them things there so that you know go get a public risk and then how the public go perceive that in there. So you know we'll get decision they will go reflect in a bad way within the government in service day. In that area, the private companies, they get the people that will involve with the authorities and how they will get for kind side. So you go see back say now you get the artificial intelligence and the back they push on the side. That you get the policies and makers how they come together. Then you will look back say areas in like when they make a lot of decisions, say well how we don't they do trade, now we send people in because as so don't they see people they do not send people in and go learn how them people are then they do. But when you look at the artificial intelligence, you look at somebody a guy where they call I think a guy where they call Sundar Pichai. And this Sundar Pichai and I am the CEO for Google. If you actually look what in Google they do, now, politicians always diverse because now from Google, based on the data where they collect, where they store, people are able to build up, even for do this mRNA vaccine, what they do. Because now they don't keep the data. Just like what you don't buy iron the metal, you melt it into whole metal for sell the whole thing. Other person they go buy now for cut and make cutlass. Other man they go buy that metal for make coal. So those are the areas where they don't keep the information. So you go question and say there should have been an area where they will get a kind of a virtual something where they will do, how they will be able to embrace them. They will do like a virtual meeting, or they will go into this area to find information how the people there do with the MCC money. Because some of the areas them what they develop, if you look, say you will copy everything what they will do. Take an example now, before we go further, an example now, this place where they call Enugu. Enugu now a place where na area in Ghana, where this guy even try to talk about reform, what they call Fix the Country campaign. And this Fix the Country campaign, an activist, the guy they call Ibrahim Kaka Mohammed, then kill him during this campaign recently. When I kill him during the protest, and then this youth during burial, then go back, for go protest after they don't bury and put barrier. Policeman then so man then go during that fracas, they came back 2, then 3. In fact, all of last week they been get a court trial of that. So what I try for bring here is that human behavior and copying people them way that they do things because the area where they campaign about good water, electricity affordability, you get for question, you look all those things, you can get them, you sit down, you say like compare the virtual or online, so I go able to save money instead of telling a delegate so that they will able to find this information, then put them in the form of a forensic reconstruction. When they reconstruct this why in the form of forensic thing like this don't happen, now we see. We will know where we will go down. So that is the area where you are very far-fetched knowledge in terms of a work picker, a visual, all because of policies, all because you go look say it's legacy where they don't left, then they pick them up. So instead of they say some of these legacies you have to remove them so that developments will get for day, will get for help. And then when you come out to the artificial intelligence, you go see back in effect and in good area. The area where for don't grab like the way I analyze so it gets the bad area where people are not able to cope with the intelligence in speed. And then you go hear the people and sometimes go on Twitter, some people will go on this. Well, sometimes you they try to tell a message, you they think they tell a message, but whose effects when you go facing later it will bring. I go cite an example back now in the UK during this football here, the lady owner Christy Patel, if they don't they tweet say why they guy then they kneel with them 1 foot for letting them go be begin against racism. Okay, now the guys there, we don't open door then say, well, if the minister they talk about this, which self we don't get guarantee. You see, immediately the parents they meet, waiting go social media go up, blah, blah, and so on and so forth. So they begin to get a battle. So in other words, when they go for go tweet something, the moment they tweet, you will find out say it did not work, but it will get an impact later in some way. So how will they able to manage this social intelligence? So you will be able to match them with the one way that the modern politics and how people they live, so you will be able to help them and use how you be supporting the one way that the government in the structure, the policies, all the politicians they get for work on so that the people will get for benefits. So those are the areas where in that area that you can see say one is very, very important. People will know how they will get into artificial intelligence. That the cooperation, you go think say that should there be a cooperation in social intelligence or there is going to be a kind of a competition. You see this where they come, they can't talk this, they see even the social media, you see artists, you see people in social behind the whole and the politics they do. In that one, now they get where they talk about working, then go able to find out for say now watching at the artificial intelligence we get for do now they giving misinformation. You will give breaking news. You will get all sorts of things there. But how you go able to confront this? Now, when you should not fool, you understand, you look what's in at the outset. And a day it will come to be the psychology within you, the individual, and your mental state, I will be able to act with them in certain incident and in certain situation then. You will see how people then become pressured with that. You see how people then they become, but say, I have to pull out a little bit. You will see maybe the mayor will say, okay, well, I don't get an effect of a pressure. I need somebody when I stand what? When I the husband for give me support. Something like rather than the go because family, you might just question those things. Where the people then they get effect from social media pressure instead of people then they use it as a competitive way. Wherein they will get a cooperative way, so they will able to find out why people and they behave certain ways, how people and they act certain ways, or why the decision been there, why the mayor been there for grab. You will know what's in capacity. Is that somebody who will able to manipulate for say now this way we will able to go? Then I will understand the situation for say you are somebody maybe you eager for do something, but when they can't stop you for doing that moment the way they react. So different situation there, but it left to how people were able to listen and support. That was what I was trying to just bring about when I be talking like this was say people and try for gather say now this means possibly I guilty, but now towards listening and support based on those good legacies so people have been on the next and then based on what you go able to understand as a government, your policies or as an organization or an administration so that you go able to go. And then looking at the area wherein you see back people and they go for go influence, for go na Gambia, you go ask the question, say, this is something where they get at the Immigration Act. And the Immigration Act of Gambia, when you look at Part 2 and Section 3, and Part 3 more, I talk about entry residence for everybody. So you go question, say, how they go therefore sit now, adjust this policy for ECOWAS leaders in all, not for salon no more, but you get residential permit and a work permit if you want for work. So you go able for go now, this like in constitution, how that one day they will get for Duan. Then Ghana will begin the act and you don't know what is the revenue of that thing. Those are the things they don't find out why they do this. What is the revenue and they get from there? How we're able to work cost and one them. We get to know how those tactics will go. We know we just defect. Find ways people and they travel. So we'll get something, then we'll focus first, then deal with them, done them, so we'll be able to go before. Those are the things we government get for try to look, so they will get for the help themselves, that they will able to get that way, they wouldn't try for bring things and we will help the country. But if when they say, okay, we always bring soft ideas, soft legacies for bring, then they work sometimes, but sometimes it depends how they apply them. So if they deviate from that law, they say this not being the law of Adam. So it will not affect certain things. And because when it happens in the camp, you get for looks, you get for satisfy them. So those all now the human society, how they go prepare for receive them things there. And are things that would them will help because there are things when they bring, when are good things like let's be entrepreneur for other things, but if this type of thing are they affordable? Sometimes the means for afford them, not to the availability, because sometimes things are available, but how are you going to afford them? They might restrict them, and when then they afford them, now maybe a person will not be one for do entrepreneurship. If they just want to find a short way for get something. How you going able to know those things? So you will look for those ones that would eager, would they need for access them, and they really require them, give them, not just for be available. Because when they're available, you know, put them to people in where they require them. And then the accessibility to those who require GM, if you give them to the wrong one, they say all this time, would they say them here on this program, would you have done back to year, they say we are still not going because the capital, human capital, the rule for non developer, you know they look at them. Because it is based on childhood, the brain, how the brain they develop from childhood, that stage the way they develop. And they get the different, when they say isomeric principle, that the principle way they change, it develops from different things there, where they make up one. You see, they're all different, but they get similar patterns because the intelligence, they combine this, the ability of a skill, the intelligence, you get the access for education, you get the practical area, all that things are similar to us in development. And then I think you see now, those areas they now, when the brain they develop, those sometimes will not be able to access those things, now they see aggression. The people and they change their style. Now in Dr. Spencer they bring inside because those stage where in for don't stop those areas where people and brain transition from something to another thing, it will be devastated by social media, artificial intelligence, all those kind of things. Then they become vulnerable to all those areas, terrorists can and then defend us when I come. The kind of work and boys they will not be get woke. Well, like what the big brother in the house, Mr. Patrick, they talk about those who are in economic, when they just left school because of something, take them off. So those are the areas you get for cap up. You as a politician, as a government, so that you go able to go before. And then coming to Solomon Jamiru in area, I want to still you understand this thing where they go on. Now the areas they wouldn't be don't put, laws they wouldn't be don't put. But again, you see that politics. Because like you see how they handle this stuff beyond the talk. They look France, then they say they don't stop them. In fact, then they now the excess of say, I like what you na British man, you don't get two vaccine, you can able for just go now. Then they say no. Because of waiting, the beta variants will be don't come on South Africa. See, they say it don't commodity. Because then get the genomics there for find out how the variants they go, all these things, and then get the biggest one. So that advantage they can take over. See, what would the first see? Because WHO said they pronounce it, the variants them, then they become resistant. Now that one they fear. Not the one they would they say there might be a variant, so they become resistant to the vaccine there. So that fear and panic day. And they make a kind of sense of urgency where they try for fight and end this tear. But they try for say the policy them back when they put like invincible policy. But they aim what in them believe on, they believe on for say the vaccination and then the test and trace and then they work on them border. So then three factors regarding the work on which alone don't become a victim of all this. So it includes politics, policies and everything. Same way all globally. So those are the things who governments use. So we are local, we own our area. We get for look what in the fit we and we get for look to policy what they make. So we able for march forward. We know we just they spread out things that we know so no need for spread out so that we know we able for go before. And then the area of that air France, I don't advise them back, say that air piece, I think they continue for advice, they still take steps for find out a little bit more. Because the people and where them people are they go buy, so apart from them who don't want to buy, other countries them back don't they buy like a not I don't call them back the porter aircraft within North America. They'll need about 80. So in other words, we don't know whenever they will get Boku airline the whole will go put in for, or we'll go to a far big base and go for check if they get more flights where it be say no we just get 2-3 when they fly, they need for repair them, they get for need all those kind of things. You see, so all those kind of things they get for look into them. Now good idea because the plane then would they actually make where then they fit with the system would they now for say you go toilet as they come where they get infrared light where they kill the bacteria. it gets the sensors, and they make us to adapt this global pandemic, this any other thing. So all those kind of stuff are on high demand. So now when they go sell you that don't pay for, instead of the man when the earpiece on 2023, it will greet inside. But I know the capacity of the Embraer Brazil company could do. So that one let them go look back to the thing there, when it comes to policies, how we do for advanced things, how we get artificial intelligence, how we get information, the input, how we make use of the artificial intelligence in this kind of areas. We find out so we will be able to drive ourselves wherein we get a battle of a battle between artificial intelligence, modern politics, and people in perception. And they will push people in the mental state who they try to understand if an autistic person or a person will get bipolar sickness, why this person persistently behave this, and then those people are the likelihood and go try to see. Or you did not see this person in mental state, fine. You're not capable for thinking this way. Now, no good beat them. Media authorities are therefore say, oh, why you they do this? I therefore stand for human rights. I don't go beat Chris Man and street. So I therefore know incapacity. Now, man, was he working with his capacity? All those kind of things. How go after this? But it comes to organization of leaders them. So I can go able for look how mortal man, psychology, all those things, then they go. So we try to go before. They can't put things, they know the help we. Thank you very much for giving me the platform, and let God continue for help we. And I try to say, grab a job, then at the campaign. So let everybody try to grab the job so that we're able to go before. Thank you very much. Let God bless you all. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Usman.
Yeah. Most welcome, sir. Yeah.
Sheikh Mustafa say, it's a gas station for be monitored by ACC. Yeah. Mustafa ACC get beaucoup work for go monitor gas station back. And appropriate action for be taken for any gas station where they sell to them and them we not go with them bike or them motor car for buy gas. Except for the one that within a rural areas, if not villages, the one in the back them for stop. For make sure the bike or the motor car get enough gas before they go down in the area them we no get gas station. Yeah. Okay. Oh. Look out, doctor. What in doctor in summary look like for today? Yes, Dr. Isatuke Kejalo. You're welcome on board. You get the platform.
Yes, hi. Good evening, everyone, and good morning to many others. I hope everybody they do well, and I hope everybody in our country salon they adhere to COVID-19 measures them as we fight hard every day. We advocate for we sensitize with people them in the country as to the risk we associate with COVID-19 and the benefit for get you COVID-19 vaccine. Thank you to you and Us friend for the summary and the contribution today, and also to the listeners them and the viewers them on Facebook. With that said, COVID-19 is real still. We adhere, we vaccine them as long as we can get out. There's no contraindication, meaning say good. Like some people then they're not can get certain vaccines. If you not fall into that category, you eligible for get them, please feel free to get it. And no say the protection where you go get, it better than we not get no protection. Even if not 10, 20, 30% of protection you get, now something will go benefit you, it will benefit the nation, it will help we in how we go reduce the transmission. And also we already don't know say we country we don't fall in the red zone, which means like we at a level 4, we come on at then countries there, whether here in the United States or in the United Kingdom, who said they don't put we right now, we really not fit there, we not belong there, we nation too small for law, we even fend we self now then kind categories then they but waiting would they really ask the NACOVAC and the Ministry of Health for let them stay consistent in how then they put measures them in place, not they change the rules them on and off, because then waiting they happen, the people then they get confused as to really, waiting for do, continue for they encourage them about the benefits them where they need for do, when it comes to vaccination, get people them out there in different areas, then where say people them get crowded in this area, you try to get public health educators them, we go educate the community, and then the people them say, if you get your vaccine, these are the side effects then we would expect, but these side effects are mild, but they're not there for last longer. Be honest about what they put out there to the people, and then that can really help them for let them trust you as a nation or as a caregiver. That not the thing where I feel say can lack in many cases, because we know they build that trust with the people that are the country or the patients them. So as a caregiver, you first step now for build trust, where they really help in how patients will trust the care where they provide to them. That said, I want to say congratulations to we country for the fact that the government listen, for make them try for put money into the sport for let we country be represented, at the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. Yes, not one person no go feel say way then he talks say, oh, why are you saying 2020? It's 2021. That is, we all at first way the area they feel say, that doesn't make sense. No, but it makes sense because the Olympics they always run in that 4-year term. I believe say then therefore get another one in 2024, where the COVID-19 is done, for good. So we want to say good luck to the Sierra Leoneans, them where they go represent we nation with the hope say we bring in medals, for let we make with country proud. That said, we get a sport discovery where we get Nasera Network Discovery, where the karate team go na Guinea, then won medals then won gold and bronze medals. So please, for look that coverage that you really need for go na the Sarah Network Discovery YouTube page, we go really help in how you understand, with sport system now the country don't begin to pick up. You go hear it from the person where they in charge, the minister where they in charge of the national sport, for let you go hear it from waiting at the plan that we then get we can to this team. And we want to say congratulations to the entire team and to the president for that federation. They don't make me proud, and we happy for see that. And then flight, with the hope say, the discussion with the president gets, with the Nigerian, I believe now the ambassador, for make we get to your national flight, a good one. We say before, during the week, we know they just say, oh yes, it's going to happen, but we're going to hope that it will happen. Right? Because sometimes, they read and use them way exciting, we will help we country boost the economy and let we self look like say a nation where they strive for success as all the time. But in many cases, we just hear the news one time or not the area again. I think that the disappointment that they make people not be too excited about when news then come, but to tell you the truth, we are excited, we are hopeful, we hope say now something will go come to reality for everybody, because in that way, it create jobs for people them, it boost we morale and make we self begin to say, what, there's something there that's representing our country. And then also the post about the presidents way come to agriculture, the farming way it show, in your farm, the rice plantation and the people that way they do with the hope say many people then go really embrace the idea for no say if you farm, if you really do well, you they create jobs, you they help fight hunger in the nation, and also that importation of rice and other food them, not go be say now all the time now we the import, we say we go begin the export, now neighboring countries, where it be say it will benefit, and who knows in certain things we can to the cocoa with the sea Ivory Coast, where then they export their young products them, and that way we can really do well. I watched something one time now, one of the YouTube channels, a young lady, she they do cocoa farming, you get your own coffee, I just don't forget the name, but like, that's good. That's good entrepreneurship for now. We see with young Sierra Leoneans, then they take a venture to something where we say a homegrown products, and that products they want for let it become big. And you know what, the person it really they ask for sponsors them. If you're not person waiting into them kind of business them, definitely they on the YouTube channel, I believe now Sarah too, if I'm not mistaken. But I've watched it, came across my page, so it was interesting. It's just that things, if it's not in my favor, I don't push for it. But like I would definitely disseminate the information for people that we want for do businesses like that. So maybe you can support or you can join the person for make una do well in how we country self go begin to market different things at the country. And with that, I know other things you don't lay out, but we believe, say, Salon, just as a Sierra Leonean, we just get for work together as a team, Lord, build we nation, Lord, see how we self go begin the say, what certain things and they will not cry about anymore. But we know, say, we still they cry about so many things. This curfew, we saw the video where where you post on Asara Network production, where it be say people in the crowd during time for like rush hour. And then we talk about how we able for reduce the transmission we can to COVID-19. So that's really something where it disturb we, but we hopeful. We are hopeful. We say congratulations to all the one them where they do well in Salon, and we hope say people continue to do well for we nation. And not forget tomorrow we get a Sarah Network Discovery weekly summary during the noon time. Please join us, and then so that some of the things and waiting at the Discovery Channel, production channel, Explore with AAA, you go see that. And we also see during that Explore with AAA coverage, we don't see Sierra Leoneans them in the fashion industry, in the modeling industry, then self they do well. So we and at the first annual event Bindande, we hope to then continue to do that every year for bring we nation to where we go begin to represent the country worldwide, on a continuous basis. We not say it can happen, but it happen continuously. But we really want for love we always get the one that way they do it, where they do fashion, where they do modeling, then continue for represent Salon. Thank you very much and have a good night.
Thank you very much, and yourself have a good night.
Thank you.
All right. Yes, caller, I did live on here. Your name and who call from, please.
So Ezekiel, they call from Oregon.
Yes, Ezekiel, 5 minutes.
Thank you so much, Triple A. I think you give me a great summary. I think the area we just want to jump on a little bit, especially as population they increase in our country, there's always going to be issues where it come to we not really want to follow we think it happen around some African countries where then they begin really for fight foreigners. The immigration department and parliament to here una sit down together and see what thing they happen around the world. We country I just think say too porous. Just imagine the 10-way thing will begin change, and that issue they become up a little bit during Chromite time, where the healthcare system begin for develop and begin for get a little bit of free healthcare. They get that information, the people, the woman, they cross out from Guinea, come now we country for get free medical. Then they cross the border, come for can get free medical. You go Liberia, Nigeria, and the Gambia, then get that deterrent. If you go visit, fine. But when you want to stay there and do something, business or make money, then they make you pay some a little bit of service for the one that win a citizen of the country, then say let them not feel too bad. That they me and not say a big deal. There's no need for law we go big then for let them make a free for we. When they come to we, they want to stay and do business and get residency or whatever. Let us pay the same thing. How long? Liberia, my brother, every year, pastor they send $100 for let go register. She don't let not show up. That small walk way they walk or that sell way they said, then they take an hand. That night deterrent so that I say go just left your country and cancel don't they? You not pay dues to the one that way then did it. Because if we not do that, time go come with these people and go begin choke, and all of a sudden they begin look whether no they feel say not to part of the country. It just come and they make too much profit out of them. Then they vex because we not the set up system. You know, would they see and the neighboring countries, then they do until we all the time would they pay for stay there? What's kind of problem this? Why we get immigration service? Why Parliament Day? We not even look at all laws. You know, we not look at the neighbors. You know, all the people are just they come out from other country, then come, they open business in that country. They they take the profit out of the country and go build nice house in their own country. They need to pay nothing to we. Come on. Now, for not for sit on a parliament or get immigration office, and another even advocate any new guidance into places where other countries they rip them out of. Who population they increase. Time therefore can't wait people and go begin push one another for resources if we not put things in place. Thank you so much, AAA. Hopefully we they listen and do something about that.
Thank you very much, Ezekiel.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yes, call ID live on here. You name and the call from, please.
Yeah, AAA, thank you very much. This is now Omar from LA.
5 minutes, sir.
Oh, 5 minutes. Well, first I'll start with the the $300,000 for them to put in guidance. We're not a CID. The guidance, even if they want to investigate, they'll not get any forensic material for investigate crime. So they just see that the only way with them good, now for go take president Kurumine picture, now Sylvia Blythe in the house and say Sylvia Blythe go show the wood at the mean. Now the only investigation that to the guy in the good part. Nothing else than a good part. So the other one, I tend to support the first lady on this one, even though the lady way they talk, they run the mouth, but not true. You know, when the government of Sierra Leone be impose the fees here on people and say if they find you, say you get corona, na airport, then go put you na hotel, now you go be responsible. You sure, this you particular sure, we area everybody. No kind word not this. So even one use word them from the president, now we no more you need to tolerate that. People then talk all kind of talk. But the one that arbitrate say a lot of them then in England already ready for go right now, back in England. Now we see if them go call whatever that guy they name, Boris Johnson, whatever name, and say the word that would them they say to you back then. You know, sometimes they will go for the give country small credit when they do something. We first lady, it talk too much, but it dead in on this. Now 1,700 the UK government don't impose, whether not for hotel fee, whatever one of the thing is. You know how much that £1,700? Put that into salon money, you need wheelbarrow, forget around. No sooner had them to deal with that. Don Solomon Jamiru, to me, this guy not the wrong person for this job. He knows how to talk, he don't know how to talk. I don't see the guys on 10 and they tell them in the getting live interview. We yourself I don't listen one time on radio where they try to ask questions because of course rambling about and just not ever get any correct answer for Lamrana. When Lamrana they ask some questions, they tell them to go live. So not the wrong person. They just put the wrong person. I don't know if not being cousin or in relatives, not the wrong person for this job. You're not supposed for the day. Then the petrol business will be talk about. Really will not encourage this for say because the people and poor, then the first side for make hand to mouth, not aside for make hand to mouth. Because the reason is we all know what petrol can do. If somebody gets cigarettes or any lighter, now fire kitchen, we all know the amount of hundreds who go die, and at the same show we go sit down back and talk say this government are responsible. Then for don't go after them guy then for don't pull them commodity, they not get no business for the sell petrol na pint. Yeah, you need a crisp. Then they still sell and give you a gallon. I don't see they don't sell give me petrol a gallon when gas left in a freeway. But you see them before they put them bang na pint. Now they sell in the cellar. That's not good. What about somebody throw a cigarette When they mention that petrol is a leak, then somebody throw a cigarette, pana. No more problem. So to me, I feel say the need for go after them. One thing with the Gambian, let me tell you, the amount of Nigerian, Ghanaian, Sierra Leonean, and Guinean young men and women waiting at Gambia right now, they all feel say Gambia at the gateway because of the tourism. They pack it and they look for job. So you're right. Now the Gambia they make money. I not care what in they say. They need to lift that fees because I get a friend will leave there. Then they go through that right now, and then they harass them. Even though we Gambia now we small sister or we small brother them more. Even though they close to Senegal, but we more get close relationship with them past Senegal there. And this thing about Mr. Dr. Julius Spencer, we dey watch fire right now, na smoke we dey watch until the fire explode. I don't say this boku ten, then little homeless pikin and who go na them country, na that country, the way they sleep, na them market them. If you go na that PZ, Abacha, Bombay market, big market, you dey see young bobo them when I offer them. I will not say that today. This night time bomb, gang business. If you want to know what in gang business they do, go ask El Salvador, go ask Nicaragua, go ask Honduras, go ask Guatemala. Now gang business make you see people then they run, then they take their picking, they throw away them over fence. Now the border, where they don't pack to win out in California and Texas. Now gang then they run away because El Salvador alone, gang don't take over. The government, the president doesn't even know how about to the gang with inside Salvador and Nicaragua. Now make where Donald Trump in country, Donald Trump can have it. But a lot of things that we been do well. That 13th Street, because now the weekend, because now Spanish say to this 13th Street, 18th Street and MS 13. Then the damage when they cause now, because I know they're not going to say again for New York. The damage when they cause Donald Trump now able to put them not in place. Now Donald Trump now able to put them in place. Now the same step now matter be need for begin right now. The kind robbery with the good on a freedom. Now they get gun them all. Within the shoot. Then get gun them, then get machete them, then get all kinds of things. Dr. Spencer, he hit this nail right on the money. What thing they go on right now in Nigeria? Nigeria don't turn a kidnap zone, a dead zone, all kind of bad things. It go on in Nigeria. The president says, no, what you for do. So if Marabio, and now one of the things this way say they can't take over. They can't fight lawlessness. And to me, yeah, and it go make Ernest by Kroma look like a genius because even they nowhere close to what Ernest by Kroma do, even though not do that much. But this guy, in when a military, we get that discipline in him. Because if you're in the military, we always say when you're in the military, you're not supposed to be disciplined. Lawlessness just don't turn the order of the day at freedom. We need to pay attention on that. Then, and I know say, Mr. Oldfield, they can't talk about this, and I'll be sending you line, now you WhatsApp line the other day about them with Olympics people here. Sierra Leone, they can do bad. We get an Olympia right now, we don't naturalize the Netherlands. And they encourage any Sierra Leonean where they do any other sport outside of soccer for making commoners alone and making no regret for play or run or do anything of them, then give them whatever game, whether not swimming, whether not high jump, long jump, 4x1, 100 meter, whatever way they do. If India would left salon and India encourage them, let them left salon, then go to any country, that country they will give a citizenship, let them naturalize and let them not look behind. What did that tell you about the country? When you young Peking, they talk about that, about you that way. What did that tell you? And this with sportman, Mr. Oldfield don't talk this over and over. How then they neglect all another sport here just for soccer? Then they neglect them, they not like say them, they did not exist. Now another man, I see that guy on WhatsApp video. But I think they can't force it. It beats all white man then. Maybe now even for make the first time Salon get a gold medal. Now he could go win gold medal for the Netherlands. That just tell you who's a weird day. And the last one for me, the mayor. The mayor needs some loving. Hey, listen. Right now, the play school in Afriton. They not get electric blanket in Afriton. The mommy need body heat. So let him go there in London. 16 months. You said some people you need to stay away from your madam for 16 months. Come on. Yeah. Except if you're at the service or you sick or you're in jail. 16 months? Me need to stay 16 months from me where for pass something happen with me. No way. The woman need that. Let go there, a man. And the topic we've been bringing, I don't know if it been yesterday or day before yesterday, whether or not then they sabotage this lady. Me go tell you, say, I agree, then they sabotage this lady. Because look, we all know we're in a country. Yeah. A mayor, like a president in your city. Me they tell you, we all mayor in Gilgit City now. Now a lame duck because Biden just don't give a job. It become the next ambassador to India, but in time for the next year anyway. Donald Trump call and tell and say, in police them, the city of Los Angeles police them for they go around, they check for immigration. Now I tell them say not to them well. Because the money why they take for pay them well, the people of Los Angeles the money, the taxpayer money. If you want, you send the federal agents them, let them go do the job for you, not to with it. That's how country they run. The mayor for able for work now the city of Freetown with no string attached. Look, one, then go get Ministry of Local Government. We don't need Ministry of Local Government. We don't need them for money to mayor. Mayor na elected officer. Now somebody where they vote for. Why somebody where they appoint for go tell them voting for do? In where they vote for. Then now he grab back, he go higher than another man. He will not do nothing in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Whatever Tunis. He bring and come back, they can put them back and tap the mommy. Two people are now. Now they put for the watch the local government people. It's not a politics business. Why the mayor need two supervisors? Where then are selected people and in an elected officer. Anytime where the mommy then they pull something, then they act like say the president. This guy beyond a wicked mortal man. He know everything where they go on. You think if we say like the SLPP mayor this, he go to do all that and when they do so, when people they do, we don't see who side that former transportation deputy minister cost the lady pandoti no doti, forget that trash. We don't see whether Christmas when fire that land minister be the disrespect the lady. He go take the money where they give the lady for bill whatever building. He broke her. But let God make us side it they go see her. Now you don't bring this. You get local government, they go bring another lady back. All they put the number for letting they put pressure on the lady. A bad guy this. But you go sit down a corner and like say, no, what did happen? But now they set people up because this line is set up. Why you need two supervisors for supervise elected mayor? You don't need that. Now that's no more, my brother. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much. Omar, thank you, sir. Yes, caller, they live on air. You name and who call from, please.
This is Patrick.
Yes, Patrick, you get 5 minutes, sir.
Well, since today and Saturday, so many things where they go on in our country, as everybody to talk. The current president right now, I'm away weak from the time. Everybody know that. Not sister, that's what Jamaica. Just even the way they in the army, in the week, I'm away weak. This are the for facts. I'm away weak. You know, push there, they push out, let somebody push out, let do something before they do it. Something that they not talk no more send the air, but I know that I'm away weak, very weak. I meant able to control some of the minister there or whosoever they put because everybody they do their own thing they want, you know. Like that Jamiru guy, man, you know. I'm not family to but I'm no personally. One I know personally and I all live in the same state. I outside there. family and everybody about that. I know what you do now, where run away go ahead. Not to crime you commit to, but my way, you know, clean person, money business. Even the organization where me head now, I don't know if you there, but then take global organization if you hear about that, you know. And I'm the chairman, I know what you do there with them. So, they man, they're not for the give them, then trying to, from where this gone, where left, I don't think you ever can visit the province, you know. But what is, you know, the power, say it did. So, when I tried it, I know to talk past that. I mean, I said the way the answer said, you know, so not all to your right, you know. But we'll not let it for the watch them man there. The other two we want to talk about. Now that guy where I see that video the video go the media where that guy where the beat where they say na Christmas where the na soldier man there or civilian they go beat that guy there. Do you know any story about that? What you make the beat him for?
Oh, you talk about Blacker. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think Blacker name. No, I know watch that video. I know watch the video.
Like 3 or 4 times I don't suicide they beat that guy they say because I don't know if they support or they receive money from that Pambona Netherlands.
Okay.
I mean
I don't know waiting if that one day, but he has an issue. That particular person there. One time the camera go work on our Talo market. You can't believe he say then tell and say no journalist not for interview nobody and could you believe that day we not able to carry out nothing day? Police then at the scene. Because they call me, tell me, I tell them, say, well, when I engage the police, and the police then can. Why is he don't talk, say no interview? Nothing happened. He go pull their fall for with journalists then. And I was so mad at that scene. Call the Waterloo police station, call the Western area rural, waiting like nothing happened. Before that, Western rural say no to them issue, Dandy. Not to the issue. So like when we can see in video them, I not even they watch.
I know what you made the type of say is my own point I come from as a humanitarian side. If the man get mental issue, why they not put an mental institution? They allow you to go around and do the entire work there or the repeater in case he die. If somebody get problems, stubborn, I may they get crazy. Crazy they under. Una talk to if in the act say Chris, una go lock and they let the outside supposed to be. That's why mental institution they for that kind of people they are. If you feel saying a Christmas or you feel say mentally disturbed, you know left for the allow let they go na street in the road, they cause that box the owner just go beat an on a leper. So that's one of the things the government need for take responsibility with. We get with mental institution when somebody mentally disturbed, they're not left now risk to the for safety reason, a risk to the society, like what you just say. In case that day now you go choke somebody, what's it for me say? Not to Christmas no more they go say the man Chris or the man this he goes that I say for go. But when somebody get mental issue, then they put on a mental institution. The government waste money and appreciate the bill out. They don't furnish, they get injured, where the work they where the they pump money there. Why they not they put some of the mentally disturbed people there? Then they put them. Then they not they allow the room na street so. We don't say that country the man crazy. But your own level of craziness is the controller. You know, now I tell somebody in America, I say all mentally disturbed, but me not they able to control me. I know they go to my street, I put me trusses. No. But if you feel say you mentally disturbed, you want to put frustration by other person, not trouble. Then it cause problem. So they left for just take the guy, let them put on a mental institution. Let them know they left out that they beat us. So and that is back now kind of propaganda back to other humanitarian people that will go to watch. So you see, this government, they're not treat their citizens well. You see? So now I don't think they had the left for the do. They're not left for the left mentally disturbed people that in our country. And the last thing I want to say about the mayor, that old lady they tried, no matter what, everybody get your own weakness. They deserve in vacation. They deserve waiting for do. I know how it is if you did without your family for how many months. Who don't they experience that and the ways to still the search. So but the Saloma will not appreciate good things. They want until you block up for them before they recognize say this woman the whole go. By right, wait 1 year, they go vacation, you go enjoy yourself. Go spend time with your family. Not to the president, not even 1 year, so 6 months you go vacation or you go relax. Would they see her? Why enough the lady doing they want on a big issue? They want on a big issue. All man deserve vacation. Wait, the law. I know that's a law that everywhere. I don't care whose continent where you work for a year, you deserve. Now we know my America they cheat with because you go in a company for 5 years, at the end they give 1 week. If you're not the PTO, when me consider tell me in Australia, we work 1 year, they give them 4 weeks. I said the name they don't enjoy. 4 weeks. Every year then they give it. Plus the PTO the highest for American Airlines where work how many years? 10 years. And now they get 1 month. Now 120 hours, then they give me for vacation. What do you do? Unless if I want to take them 1 month, 2 months, I find somebody where to cover the rest of the week for me. So I don't know the one the way to work in a federal job there, how many vacation there. But me not so American company, I don't care how you work for the day. I swear they will give you where you don't spend it. Maybe then 2 weeks or 1 month. Now if you get PTO though, if you not get PTO now you don't stop us. You go in vacation, you can't bang my begin work back. So vacation will deserve our people. Even AAA, not so you go take a small vacation, although that back not to my vacation, I see the way me busy in a free toilet say now okay. Me then kind of the way say I enjoy. I just did post a number when I say I do enjoy. But Bogo. Yeah, I don't, but you still in the work. I don't know if that vacation you go. Now work you go or which one. But all the same, at least you try for bring we closer, let we self the jealous. Although we don't be able to go because of health issue. But now vacation / work, now you go. So vacation, everybody deserve her. You deserve her. I know how you work this, but they say, but not to, I don't know time that you use. But when you work, you finally you take your vacation, you rest. Even if you not get some side, but some man go take vacation, you stay back at the same city. I know they should kind vacation, Andy. When you take vacation, go somewhere. If you're not sabi nowhere, just go. Let you go relax. Let your brain see fresh thing. When you go take vacation, you stay back now the whole day. I can understand situation there. Some people get my own case different. But the world vacation, if I let you go out, go. If you take Dallas, you take vacation, go you stay. Go somewhere. I mean, take it fresh air. Sometimes just don't normally city. Maybe where you go, you bring the reset. That's all me left for saying tonight for vacation. If I know they take vacation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Patrick. Yes, call ID live on air. Your name and who the call from, please.
Triple. So Mr. Tila, the call from Maryland.
Yes, sir. You get 5 minutes, sir.
Thank you very much. I don't think small and miss a lot of stuff. Then it's just some area. I just moved, so I got a lot of stuff that was going on. Anyway, at the talk, but when the president announced this lockdown, there was a pastor that talked. Is it Pastor Mambo? Now, no more come on the line, or the imam then join them, then come on the line and talk.
No, in talking, beaucoup pastor talk then But
Okay.
yes, all man the imam themselves talk then because they say pray they come this week, so
Okay.
themselves be they talk then all man talking.
To me, the way I look at, you understand it, it's like whenever churches then lock down, I don't know about the mosque because mosque they know they do collection every day, maybe past Friday. Maybe if they think about the the collection they wouldn't get for miss. So it was urging everybody for them to open the church because we talk about health. Health is everything. Why did people let them feel see this COVID not a joke? Why they feel say this not a joke? This is not a joke. Saudi Arabia they close mosque there. They close the Kaaba. You know, even here stateside they close the Kaaba. We don't know we not salon well enough for do that. I mean, even when they do the Juma prayer, we praying outside. The outside when they pray, it's like everybody getting mask on. First of all, we refuse for wearing mask because we don't believe say it. When they put any law, they put towards the COVID, when they refuse. So me, and then people really take their own personal gain them for putting on top other people in health. If you want to announce, you go to the church, go there, go do what you get for do, but not go put other people in trouble. Okay. Now this mayor in business, I mean, nobody know the wall we no get an enemy. Alexa, if you no get enemy, you get somebody we hate you progress. No matter what you do, even your family members, then they look at the hate you for nothing. So me, I don't let the mayor take and make issue because if for no say it did it, the only thing let's just concentrate on the job way they do. Let's forget about everybody. Like we don't begin to transform freedom, so let it get the let them get the opportunity and the chance. Let's transform Freetown. Then I want to ask again now because about the rumors then about the hospital them. How far they don't go for the hospital there? Is there any plan where they don't put for renovation, all that thing and the waiting they go on about the light? Because we know say now we know the area in the teeth, what they said in the teeth cable. So is the light like a kind of staying everywhere, or it's like the how was the progress? Because it don't take small women check around on that thing in the AAA.
Still the same, sir.
Oh my goodness. Okay. That's all I got for today. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Silla.
You're welcome, sir.
Yeah. Another thing will happen this week. The death penalty. They don't go in a parliament for Pulamu. I don't know if you know. Don't say now other campaign promise where the president be make. The death penalty. Try for Pulam. Although even I will get people already in support, to get people not in support of that. But anyway, it is what it is. Toujours. They try to forget Daniel film, but I think he say get an emergency. Michael Coker say he may ask about the 2,500 street lights where Akon be promised. Any update? No, sir. No update. But continue. Now to Idris Elba, the new city in Abonth, no updates. Unless something they want surprise we, then they walk underground. So then they go just give it Jackie Chan, Jin, everything appear. But for now, updates not there. Waiting again. Yeah, unfortunately, the sports update with the chairman himself, Daniel Ofion. To get out for couch, I'm on board. And they tell you say and get emergency. So I guess whatever I be done prepare for we You can't give her next week. Unfortunately. Or fortunately. I hope say instead don't see that video where Umar they talk. Where that man the campaign say if the athlete they not say them good, they able come on a salon, then go get any kind of offer any side. Let them naturalize it. We'll see our mouth talk. Well, other man they say he not patriotic. As I be they talk for that incident for Blacker. I don't know if people not till today this man they perform with it, they perform so. No. Not till today. From the previous administration thing. Now the man that they don't can go na kisi Christian. They no able control and now in the day na tongue, he say the barb den Chris Monday. They take nail. I'm saying they take blade. They barb den Chris Monday. Big. After the incident, like, what if the worst may happen to the reporters them out there? Police not able the situation, and they were there. Who is it on pin say? Whoever get money, say journalists not for interview, so then for come out today, and that's so he left. In situation, I know Salon police thing, man. I don't know if na politics make them beat them or what not, but I say they April left, but we reporter there. Say we not talk and so if you see the interview, anybody it is stab there. Big boo. And that was it. Nothing not be happening at the market today that did it. Okay. Anyway, I'll just end all thing I had today. Yeah. Michael Cook say then for restrain them like cement. Michael, I'm telling you, 5, 6, 7 years ago, they tried that in Oak. Not that today begin make headline, no. Not that today begin make headline. I know I go into archive for go look, but not that today begin make headline. Then be that thing, then the people come out say no, he's not safe. People are not safe with him being around. City Council, Metropolitan Police and City Council arrest her. Can go kisi between City Council, between police, between kisi. Where they can't go the commodity. Then they know Ebola. Then they begin to now say if he Chris or he not Chris. On a perform, they perform or you know they perform. So now so the argument been there at that time. Say now so they left and down the streets. And so they left her. They get people who go make video of him, cost this, cost that one day, then they make video of cost that day, then can go oh this ready can go to this party office, so then they ready can go to that party office day, or then they ready then say na big boo. We just pray say the worst not happen one day. Just pray say the worst not happen. Because now that thing then go begin tell which story them. But anyway, until you know, the one part show go come back on Monday. For tomorrow on, they take leave. Usman Kama say one thing way in be fail for mention na in summary for say at the tail end of the week the OPEC rather than the different countries, then they may agree for increased in production and supply of petroleum products. So because of that, the price for fuel now they drop gradually, as proposed by the United Arab Emirates. We'll go see if the 9,500 go come down again as a load review for August. If you don't begin come down now. But I left all tina, yeah? 4 hours, that's good. I'm able to get Daniel. Let's keep on for we for next week. We hope and pray for the best. We all need tender love and care. Hey. Madam Hannah Williams, welcome on board, ma. Eh? Anyway, we'll be back on Monday. Till we meet again, Triple say, Tata.